by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato Samma Sambuddhassa. Today I would like to explain about metta meditation. Here some meditators are practicing metta meditation. I want to explain maybe different way. Different way means according to our research. If we teach some meditators directly metta meditation without practicing any samatha meditation, there are some difficulties. Some difficulties means while they are practicing metta meditation for beginners, if they want to attain jhana, they must practice to himself for a few minutes. They should send metta to himself for a few minutes. Then they must send metta to dear and respectable person who is same sex. Male meditator should send metta to the one dear respectable teacher who is male teacher. Female meditator should send metta to female respectable teacher, etc. So when they are focusing such type of respectable person, they must emphasize his or her face or the whole body. While they are focusing face, then very soon this object disappears. Then they must again create this object. Then it disappears again. So because of this reason, concentration cannot develop quickly. Usually many meditators, they must practice for many days or for many weeks. Although they are practicing many days, they cannot maintain their concentration for a long time. Because of this reason, we teach different way. Different way means this way of practice is mentioned in Metta Sutta, Kraniya Metta Sutta. In Kraniya Metta Sutta, there are 500 bhikkhus. They learned meditation practice under the Buddha. Buddha taught them meditation practice up to Rahat stage clearly. Then they practice samatha and vipassana. While they are practicing samatha, they emphasize 10 kasinas and 8 attainments. But according to traditional way of teaching, there are 4 compulsory meditation subjects. Number 1 is Buddhanussati, recollection of Buddha's quality. Number 2 is Marananussati, recollection of his own death or her own death. Number 3 is Asubha, formless meditation, taking dead body as object or 32 births as object. Number 4 is Metta meditation. Every meditator must practice these 4 meditation subjects. These 500 bhikkhus also already practice these 4 compulsory meditation subjects, but they do not emphasize a lot. They emphasize 10 kasinas and 8 attainments. And based on this, their 10 kasinas and 8 attainments jhanas, They practice vipassana up to Udiyabhya Jnana stage, rising and falling stage. So taking permission from the Buddha, they went to the forest, to a forest. They stay there and they practice diligently samatha and vipassana. But in that forest there are many devas. They are virtuous persons. Because of this reason, devas cannot stay on the trees. They are waiting for opportunity before rains retreat coming, they will go back. The devas think. These bhikkhus will go back before rains retreat, before Vosa. But after Vosa, they did not go. So because of this reason, devas frightened them, showing night times fearful pictures, bad smells, etc. Because of this reason, they cannot meditate well. Their concentration fall down. So they discuss to each other and they go back to the Buddha. There is also still second rains retreat. Before second rains retreat, they go back to the Buddha. And they informed their situation. Buddha replied their dwelling place. Buddha saw they will become Arhat when they are practicing in that same forest only. If they practice in other places, they cannot attain any higher achievement. So because of this reason, Buddha asked them to go back to that place. Buddha taught Kraniya Metta Sutta as chanting Prita, protecting Prita, chanting Prita, as well as for meditation, Metta meditation. In that Sutta, Metta meditation begins Sukhino Vakimino Hontu Sabasata Bontu Sukhidada. This way of practicing is when they are practicing Metta meditation, they can break down the barriers or boundaries. At that time only they can practice this way of teaching, taking all beings as object. Break down boundary barrier means when they are practicing Metta, there are 4 groups. Number 1 is Atta, to himself. Number 2 is Piya, dear ones. Number 3 is Mijjata, neutral ones. Number 4 is enemy or hatred persons. Weary, hatred ones or enemies. So, when they are practicing these 4 groups, if he sent metta to himself, he cannot attain any jhana. But to break down the barrier, he must practice for a few minutes. Number 2 is dear ones. We can separate these dear ones, dear respectable ones and dearest ones. When they are sending metta, dear ones, they must try to attain jhana. In the same way, when they are practicing metta meditation, when they are sending metta to neutral ones, they must try to attain jhana. In the same way, when they are sending metta to hatred ones or enemies, they should try to attain metta jhana. After attaining metta jhana, they must repeat again these 4 groups. Then there will be no difference. But they can easily send metta and they can easily attain jhana equally. At that time only they can break down the barrier, boundary. At that time they can send metta, sabbe sada, all beings, etc. So, because of this reason, these 500 bhikkhus already practiced metta meditation, but they do not emphasize too much. They emphasize 10 kasinas and 8 attainments only. But after learning from the Buddha, the Graniya Metta Sutta, they emphasize metta meditation. While they are practicing metta again, they had already practiced 10 kasinas and 8 attainments. Based on this concentration, if they practice metta, their metta become very powerful. They can attain metta jhana very, very quickly. Then they can set metta according to Graniya Metta Sutta. So because of this reason, emulating these examples, usually we teach many meditators after they had been already practiced 10 kasinas in 8 attainments. At that time, we teach metta meditation. If they already practice 10 kasinas in 8 attainments, at that time, if they switch their meditation practice to metta kamathana, metta meditation, within one sitting they can easily attain metta jhana, very easy. So because of this reason, first you should try to practice 10 kasinas in 8 attainments. While you are practicing 10 kasinas in 8 attainments, you should also try to practice Anapana or 4 elements meditation first. If you are successful Anapana meditation up to 4th jhana or 4 elements meditation up to access concentration stage, at that time, if you practice 10 kasinas, it is very easy. Very easy means with the assistance of the light of your Anapana 4th jhana, Western light. If you discern 32 parts, you can easily discern 32 parts. If you can discern 32 parts internally and externally both, at that time, if you practice 4 kala kasinas, it is very easy. For example, taking skeleton as object, you can practice white kasina. Taking head hair as object, you can practice nila kasina, brown or black kasina. Taking urine as object, you can practice yellow kasina. Taking blood as object, you can practice red kasina. So these are very easy. If you can practice these 4 kala kasinas up to 4th jhana, and then if you practice Auk kasina, Vanda kasina, Pa-Auk kasina, Wind kasina, they are also very easy. After that, if you go on space Agasa kasina and Aloka kasina, like kasina, they are also very easy. If you already practice 10 kasinas altogether, Auk kasina, Vanda kasina, Pa-Auk kasina, Wind kasina, Nila, black or blue kasina, yellow kasina, red kasina, white kasina, light kasina, and space kasina. Altogether, if you already practice these 10 kasinas up to 4th jhana stage, at that time, if you go 4 intermediate jhanas, you can go. In each kasina, there are 8 attainments. 8 attainments. For example, Patavi kasina, Auk kasina, you should try up to 4th jhana. Then you should try to go to 4 intermediate jhanas. In Auk kasina, while you are practicing Auk kasina, there are 8 attainments. In the same way, the remaining kasinas, while you are practicing the remaining kasinas, you should try in each kasina to attain up to 8 attainments. After that, if you switch metta meditation, it is very easy. Very easy means every sitting you should try 1 kasina to re-establish up to 4th jhana. For example, white kasina or light kasina. Taking skeleton as object, you should practice white kasina up to 4th jhana. That white kasina 4th jhana can produce a strong powerful light. With the assistance of that light, if you focus one dear respectable person, which you had been experienced before, then it is very easy. You can see under the light this person. Because of previous concentration. If you focus this person, you can easily focus this person. For example, at the night time, if you use one torch, if you focus with torch one person, you can clearly see that person. In the same way, with the assistance of your white kasina fourth jhana's light, then if you focus that person which you had been experienced before, then you can clearly see this person. At that time, you should send metta. Ayan saburi so awiro hodu abhyabijo hodu anigo hodu sukhi adana pariharadu. This is formula for beginners mentioned in Parisambhida Magga. What is the meaning? May this good person be free from danger. May be this good person free from danger. May be this good person free from may this good person free from danger. May this good person free from mental suffering. May this good person free from physical suffering. May this good person free from may this good person well and happy. So these four formulas, you should send these four formulas for few minutes or few rounds, few times. Then after that you should choose one. For example, if you choose one formula, may this good person free from mental suffering. If you choose this formula, then you should try to see his smiling face, which you had been experienced before, with the assistance of the light of wisdom. Then please sit, especially please emphasize his smiling face or her smiling face. And then please sit. May this good person free from mental suffering. May this good person free from mental suffering. In this way, if you sit, very soon your mind completely sink into that person object. Then you will understand full absorption because of previous experiences. Then you should maintain this bhajana for 1 hour or more than 1 hour. If you satisfy, then next day you should try to set this person in the same way, same formula. And then you should go on second jhana. If you satisfy second jhana, then next day please go to third jhana with same formula, same person. While sending metta in this way, if you satisfy your metta jhana, then please choose another one. For example, may this good person free from danger. May this good person free from danger. In this way you should send this metta up to the jhana. At that time you can do quickly first jhana few minutes, second jhana few minutes, and third jhana few minutes. If it is okay, then you can go on another formula in the same way. May this good person free from mental suffering. Repeat again up to third jhana. Then another formula. May this good person free from physical suffering up to third jhana. Then another formula. May this good person be well and happy. This is fourth formula. You should try up to third jhana. If you repeat again in this way one person, then if you satisfy, then you can change another diya respectable one in the same way. Four formulas, in each formula up to that jhana, you can do quickly. In each jhana, you can sleep for a few minutes only. Then in the same way, another diya respectable one, then another diya respectable one. In this way you should try about 10 or more dear respectable ones. If it is okay, then you can continue dearest ones such as father, mother, sisters, brothers, etc. But in this case, you should try to send metta only. The object must be same sex. Different sex is not possible in this way. If you send different sex metta in this way separately one by one, then strong attachment may arise. Because this is the danger for jhana, metta jhana. So because of this reason, you should send metta separately to same-sex persons only. Then you should try to send metta, dear respectable one and dearest ones must be same, must become same. Same means if you send metta, these two types of persons, everyone is easy. There is no difference. You can easily send metta, you can easily attain metta jhana. If it is difficult, then please go back your kasina jhana again. Maybe if you base on white kasina, then please go back white kasina again. Then you should try taking white kasina as object up to fourth jhana. When you are fourth jhana, concentration very deep, strong powerful light will appear. With the assistance of the light of your fourth jhana concentration, then again please send metta in the same way. It will be very easy. If dear ones, dear respectable one and dearest ones are same, then you can continue another group, Mijjata persons. The middle ones, neutral ones, you have no much attachment, you have no much hatred. Neutral ones who also must be same sex. You should send 4 formula in each formula up to jhana. So one by one you should try about at least more than 10 persons. If it is okay, then you can go on another group, enemies or hatred ones. Hatred one you should not do first. A little bit hatred one, or maybe unsatisfied one, you can choose first. Then you should set metta. If it is very difficult, then go back to easy ones such as dear ones. Once sending dear ones, you can attain metta jhana very quickly. Then you can go choose one hatred person. Please send metta. If it is very difficult, then you should reflect. In a round of rebirths, there is no person who is not you, who was not your father or your mother or your son, your daughter, your brother, your sister, etc. Because this samsara round of rebirth is very long. So this person now I have a lot of hatred, but in previous life he is my dearest son, or he may be my dearest one, dearest son, or dearest daughter, or dearest mother, or dearest father, etc. After reflecting in this way, slowly your mind will become soft. At that time, please go to Vaikasina up to fourth jhana. Please send metta to dear ones for few persons, then neutral ones, then go on hatred one. Then you will be successful. While you are sending hatred ones metta, you should try 4 formulas. In each formula up to that jhana. You cannot attain up to fourth jhana. Why? The intention which you want to see, to be free from danger, to be free from mental suffering, to be free from physical suffering, to be well and happy, such type of intention is not equanimous mind. This is not equanimity. You had a lot of metta only. So because of this reason, Fourth jhana always accompanied with equanimous mind, neutral feeling. Because of this reason, you cannot attain up to fourth jhana while sending metta. So if you can attain metta jhana, these three groups, number one, dear ones, number two, neutral ones, number three, hatred ones or enemies. Then please repeat four group means including yourself. You should send metta to yourself for a few minutes. You cannot attain jhana. But to break down the barrier, you must do in this case. And then you should send one dear person. 4 formula in each formula up to that jhana stage. Then you should move another group. Neutral ones, one neutral person, you should send metta 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. Then one hatred person, 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. This is one round. Then you should go back to yourself. Please send to yourself metta for a few minutes. Then you should send metta to another dear one. 4 formula in each way, 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. Then please choose another neutral one. You should send metta this neutral one 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. Then please send metta to hatred one, another hatred one, 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. This is second round. In this way, please repeat again. To yourself, another dear one, another neutral one, another hatred one. While you are sending metta to the dear ones, neutral ones, and hatred ones, you should try to attain metta jhana 4 ways in each way up to that jhana. If you repeat again in these 4 groups, slowly then your metta will become equal. There will be no much difference. While sending metta to dear ones, you can easily attain metta jhana. While sending neutral ones, you can easily attain metta jhana. While sending metta to the hatred ones, you can easily attain metta jhana. There is no much difference. At that time, we can say you can break down the boundary or the barriers. At that time only you should try one compound. Within one compound, you should try to see all beings, whether male or female, animal or deva, no problem. Especially everywhere there are petas, ghosts. You should also try to see these ghosts within one compound. Then if you penetrate under the ground, you also can see hell beings. In the same way, if you pay attention above the trees, you can also see sun devas. So, as a general, seeing all these beings, you should send metta. But without seeing these beings by imagination, you should not send metta. You cannot attain metta jhana. First, you should try to see these all beings. If you cannot see, then please go back your Vaikasina up to fourth jhana again. When the light of wisdom is very strong, at that time please repeat metta, adda to yourself, dear ones, neutral ones, and hatred ones. If you can break down the barrier, then that metta jhana also again can produce strong, powerful light. With the assistance of light, if you focus within one compound, then you can see all beings. If you repeat again, then you can see all beings. At that time, please send metta. May all beings, Sabbe Sada, Sabbe Bana, Sabbe Buddha, Sabbe Bogla, you should learn by heart this formula. Sabbe Sada, all beings, Sabbe Bogla, maybe all persons, etc. They translate. They are same. So seeing these all objects, the all beings, you should send metta. Sabbe Sada, Avira Hundu, Abhyabija Hundu, Aniga Hundu, Sukhi Adanam Briharandu. May all beings be free from danger. May all beings be free from mental suffering. May all beings be free from physical suffering. May all beings be well and happy. In this way, you should send metta. Then please try only one formula up to that jhana. Taking all these beings as object, you should send, may all beings be free from danger, etc. While sending in this way, you can easily understand to attain jhana, how you attain jhana. You should try up to that jhana. In the same way, may all beings be free from mental suffering. You should set another formula. If you set in this way, then you can attain up to that jhana. In the same way, another formula, may all beings be free from physical suffering. While setting this formula, you should try to attain up to that jhana. In the same way, taking these beings as object, you should set, may all these beings be well and happy. Up to that jhana. When you are sending metta in this way again and again, then your metta jhana will be very powerful. They are altogether 12 types of beings. Sabbe Sada, all beings. Sabbe Bana, all breathing beings. Sabbe Bogala, all persons. Sabbe Adda Bhava Briya Bana, maybe all beings are the same. Sabha Idiyo, all women. In this case, only one by one you should not send. But as a general, all women, all females, all males, no problem. All as a general you send within one compound. They all devas, all human beings, all riyas, all noble ones, all non-noble ones, all devas, all human beings, all hopeful beings, Sabbe Vinipatika. Hopeful beings means animals, Vedas, and hell beings. You should try to see these beings and then you should send metta. Without seeing devas, if you send metta, it is impossible to attain jhana. So you should try to see within one compound also there are also devas. Altogether 12. In each type of person, you should send metta 4 ways up to that jhana. Because of this reason, there are altogether 40 ways. 48 ways. Then please extend a little bit wider compound, maybe 2 or 3 compounds. Okay? In the same way, you should try 48 types of metta. Then if you successful, please extend another 4 or 5 compounds, etc. Slowly increase up to the whole state or the whole country or the whole world, up to slowly increase. According to Buddha's teaching, 31 planes are called universe. Up to the whole universe, you should send metta in the same way. Then outside there also in the same way, there are many 31 planes, many universe. You should try to extend this metta up to uncountable universe. There are many 31 planes, not only this world. There are many 31 planes according to Buddha's teaching. So you should try to see these many universe. Without seeing many universe by imagination, if you send metta, it is not easy to attain jhana. So at that time, your metta jhana's light will be very strong. With the assistance of light, if you focus these all beings, you can see as a general. For example, you are standing above mountain, In the valley there are many people. You can look down these all many people as general. In the same way, you should try to see these all beings as general and then present matter. In this way, if you try, then you get a day 48 types of jhanas. Then please try 10 directions. In each direction, you should try to see infinite universe. In infinite universe, there are beings, 12 types of beings. Taking these beings, you should try to set metta 48. East direction, 48, west direction, 48, south direction, 48, north direction, 48, four corners, 48, 48, 48, above 48, lower 48. Altogether 10 directions. In each direction you should try 48 meters. So 10 directions altogether 418. But as a general you send metta up to infinite universe, this is 48. 48 plus 480 altogether 520. These methods you should try to set. So this type of metta jhana is very powerful. If you can maintain this type of metta jhana up to that moment, if you cannot attain any higher attainments such as arhat stage, etc., if you have any future existence, it is sure you can reborn in Brahmawa. Is it good? Maybe better way is Brahmawa is better. Why? There is in Brahmawa there are no women, no man, no woman, no female, no male. So it is not necessary to marry. Because there is no male or no female. If there are no male or no female, then there will be no sons and no daughters. So it is not necessary to worry about sons and daughters. Is it good? Yeah. Then it is not necessary to search for food, etc., because they do not never eat. Their food is they enter into jhana. When they are entering into jhana, piti, rapturous joy appear. That rapturous joy is their food. They can maintain their life because of this piti. Is it good? It is not necessary to search for any business. Their business is to practice samatha and vipassana only. Is it good? If it is good, then please try this metta. Okay. Today we will stop here. Okay. You can discuss any question.
So, Bhante, the first question is this. Is absorption concentration practice an absolute prerequisite for vipassana meditation?
It depends on yogi's parami. In some suttas, there are also many arhats who became arhat by way of pure vehicle vipassana meditation, sutta vipassana. According to Visuddhimagga's explanation, if someone don't want to practice samatha jhana, if he want to practice vipassana directly, he must practice first 4 elements meditation. That 4 elements meditation can produce to attain excess concentration stage. When they are practicing 4 elements meditation systematically one day, they may see kalabas, small particles. And again, they must analyze these small particles. In each particle, kalaba, there are 4 elements. If they can discern 4 elements in each kalaba, and if they can concentrate on 4 elements of each kalaba, their concentration can produce strong, powerful light. Such type of concentration is metaphorically called excess concentration. Metaphorically means real excess concentration is close to jhana. Close to jhana concentration is called real excess concentration. But when you practice 4 elements meditation, you cannot attain jhana. Why? In each kalaba there are 4 elements. They are always rising and passing away very, very quickly. Because of this reason, object is not stable, always changing. Because of this reason, you cannot attain jhana. This is one reason. Another reason is characteristics in each kalaba. 4 elements characteristics in each kalaba are very deep and profound. When they are deep and profound, if you concentrate on these deep profound characteristics, you cannot attain jhana. Because of this, they are very profound, very deep, profound. Because of this reason, you cannot attain jhana. Close to jhana concentration is called really excess concentration. In this case, when you practice 4 elements meditation, you cannot attain any jhana. Because of this reason, that excess concentration is called metaphorically excess concentration, not real excess concentration. But this concentration is similar to the real excess concentration. Because of this similarity, metaphorically, it is also called excess concentration. In Susima Sutta of Nidana Auk Sayadaw, there are many arahats. They don't want to practice samatha jhana. They practice 4 elements meditation systematically. They discern 4 elements in each kalaba, and they continue to discern derivative materialities such as color, odor, flavor, nutritive acid, etc. And then they discern materiality taking rupa as object. They rise depending on materiality or especially sensitivities. After that, they discern mentality and materiality internally and externally both. Then they practice dependent origination. Then they practice vipassana systematically. Because of this reason, they became rahas. But some meditators, when they are practicing 4 elements meditation, their light of wisdom is not so strong enough. When they are analyzing kalabas, some characteristics, some materialities are very difficult, especially nutritive essence. Within one kalaba there is nutritive essence. Please listen to see this nutritive essence. When we teach in this way, when they are really discerning nutritive essence, it is not easy to understand nutritive essence within 1 day or 2 days or 3 days. In the same way, some kalabas are produced by previous karma. karma produce, in every karma produce klapa, there is life faculty, jivita. Please try to discern life faculty, jivita, in karma produce klapas. They cannot understand life faculty easily, because their light of wisdom is not enough to penetrate the life faculty. In the same way, there is another one, sex determining materiality. According to Buddha's teaching, sex determining materiality, bhava rupa, is spreading throughout the body. When you see one person, you can easily understand, oh, this is female, or this is male. Why? Because of this bhava rupa. Bhava rupa is spreading throughout the body. In your eye also there is bhava rupa, sex determining materiality. So because of this reason, one discerning bhava rupa, sex determining materiality in your eye, some meditators cannot define this materiality easily. It takes long time, for a long time. At that time, if they go back to the samatha, it is also a little bit difficult. In the same way, when they are discerning mentality, it is also very difficult for them. Especially when they are discerning dependent origination, at that time, very, very difficult to understand dependent origination. When they are trying to see past causes, they cannot penetrate past causes because the light of wisdom is not enough. Their light of wisdom cannot penetrate past causes easily. They must try to discern mentality, materiality up to previous life, near that moment. They cannot see mentality, materiality in near that moment because their light of wisdom is not so strong enough. At that time, we must teach them samatha again. But while we are teaching samatha, at that time very difficult. Very difficult means while they are focusing anapana, for example, they cannot see anapana, they can see kalapas in this area. It is very difficult to concentrate, to attain jhana. In the same way, if they want to practice kasina, they must focus one kasina circle, such as white kasina, for example. Here one circle. If they focus this white circle, it becomes kalabas very quickly. So the object cannot stable. Because of this reason, if they practice samatha, it is also very difficult. At that time, to teach samatha also very difficult. We also do not understand, oh, such meditator, this meditator is suitable, this kamatana, this meditator is suitable, this kamatana. We do not understand why we cannot read their others' mind. We cannot read others' mind. So because of this reason, usually now we teach samatha first. After that only, we teach systematically vipassana. But according to Buddha's teaching also, for understanding of Four Noble Truths, what you should try? Samadhi bhikkhu bhaveta samahito bhikkhu bhikkhu yatha buddham bhajanati. Bhikkhus cultivate concentration or develop concentration. A bhikkhu who is concentrated understands the dhammas as they really are. In this way, Buddha taught. In Sicca Sanyutta also Buddha taught. In Khanda Vagga Sanyutta also Buddha taught. Because of this reason, for understanding of Four Noble Truths, usually we teach samatha first. Okay.
The next question, why do Vipassana techniques, such as taught by Venerable Auk Sayadaw, allow meditators to start practicing Vipassana from the start, without first attaining access or jhana concentration?
I never asked such a question to Pa-Auk Sayadaw, so I cannot explain. It depends on their own desire, maybe. So their own desire, they want to teach vipassana directly, maybe. But I never asked such question to Pa-Auk Sayadaw, so I cannot say exactly.
The next question. What are the differences and similarities between Thai and Burmese Buddhism?
I do not understand about Thai Buddhism. I understand about only Burmese Buddhism. But usually, sometimes I read some books from Thai. They do not emphasize samatha and vipassana clearly. For example, they do not teach what is samatha, what is vipassana separately. They mix together, so it is very difficult to understand. Some Mahadheras like Buddhadasa in Thai, he reject always commentary. He wrote new commentary. So, but we Burmese as well as Sri Lankas accept, pay respect to the commentary also.
The next question. In your opinion, which Theravada country has maintained Buddhism in its most pure and high quality form?
Maybe America. How I can say, I cannot understand all Theravada countries. How I can say.
It seems that, to me, the questioner asks, that noble silence is not just refraining from talking to anyone and eating and walking quietly. What exactly is noble silence as taught by the Buddha?
According to Buddha's teaching, Buddha never praised Pasakari. Pasakari is talkative. Who is talkative? Who used to be talkative person? Pasakari Buddha never praised. He always condemned Pasakari, talkative person. But Buddha prohibited not to talk. 32. Tirichana Katha. Tirichana, direct meaning is animal, but in this case, Tirichana means going different ways or opposite way to Nibbana. Going Nibbana is Noble Eightfold Path. The path leading to the Nibbana is Noble Eightfold Path. But these 32 types of talkings are opposite to that path. They are directly opposite. Talking about the gains, talking about the heroes, talking about the village, talking about the woman, talking about the men, etc. Talking about the food. Today very good. Today not good. In this way, talking many. Such type of talkings are called Tirichanagata. They are not related for attaining Nibbana. They are opposite to the Noble Eightfold Path. So such type of talking also Buddha prohibited. Buddha asked to talk Silakata about Bhaju. If the purification, for the purification of Bhaju, someone has any doubt, he can discuss. Buddha permit, but otherwise Buddha don't want to permit. So another one is There is one sutta. Maybe about samadhi concentration. Maybe I have such and such difficulty. How to concentrate such and such way, etc. And you can discuss about samadhi. How to analyze, how you should practice kalabas, how you should practice 4 elements meditation. When you see kalabas, how you should analyze these kalabas, etc. In this way, about pinya, vipassana also you can discuss. But otherwise, Buddha don't want to permit to discuss too many to talk. There is one story, Benaribe, Anuruddha, Benaribe, Kimila, Benaribe, Nandiya, I think so. These 3 bhikkhus are dwelling in one of forest, like forest refuge. They don't want to talk to each other. If this is, for example, this is very heavy, they cannot remove. They call only in this way. Please come. They never tell like that. They do like that only. And then they carry together, move. While they are carrying also, they never talk to each other. But every 5th night, 5th day, they meet together and they discuss about Dhamma, their experience, etc. So because of this reason, very soon they became arahats. So if there is nothing to tell, they don't want to tell anything. But if they want to tell, they tell about sila, about samadhi, about pinya, etc. only. They discuss Dhamma only. They don't want to tell anything. They are 32 Tiricana Katha. They never tell. 32 Tiricana Katha, if you want to know, then please read Majjhima Nikaya. There in detail it is mentioned. So such type of staying is called noble silence only. Any question?
When you were talking about metta, when you say to extend your radius of awareness for metta, you see that directly. You're not imagining the different realms and all that, and also the perspective out of this planet and solar system.
You should not ask you, but you should ask meditator.
Sorry, I'm not asking. Sorry. When one is doing this, you're not imagining the whole universe. You're actually experiencing, seeing. One is actually seeing the universe.
It depends on their light of wisdom. If their light of wisdom is very strong, they can see.
So then my question is, from generally meditators' experiences, how many places in the universe are there beings, and how many beings are there other than on this planet?
Maybe please calculate how many beings in this world first. Maybe especially how many insects in this area. Can you calculate?
What I mean is, are there many other places in the universe, according to meditators' experiences, that there are other beings?
Yes, there are also 31 places. They have also 31 places. Meaning is, there are Brahmas, Devas, human beings, animals, ghosts, hell beings, etc. Animals are also different types, in the same way only.
But what we would call aliens.
Huh?
What we would call aliens, though, there's beings other than on this planet.
Yes. There are also beings still alive.
You have said that if one practices metta jhana, and when they are at their dying moment, they have that jhana, then they will be reborn in the Brahma world. But I have always understood...
Maybe if they cannot attain any higher states.
I have always understood that the jhana is a very heavy karma. So like killing, that will lead to a bad rebirth. But do not have to be remembering the killing when you die. So the jhana also...
Maybe killing is only killing mother, killing father, killing arhat. These are very dangerous. Others are not so important. So not so important means if he can maintain up to that moment, they do not disturb. For example, Venerable Angulimala, he killed many human beings, but he practiced well and he became Arhat.
In one sutta, the Buddha says, of the Bodhisattva, says that he practiced for 7 years metta, and because he practiced like this, then for 7 Mahakapas, he is reborn in the Brahma world.
No, Bodhisattva, Venerable Sariputta. Venerable Sariputta. As he practiced 7 years Metta Jhana. Because of this reason, 7 Mahakapas he was reborn in Brahma world. Because of this reason, when he came down to human world, he had a lot of metta. Because of this reason, he had no anger, no envy, no what called jealousy, no jealousy, no asa, no envy, no jealousy. Because of this metta power.
But he is practicing metta jhana, not
Yes,
just
yes.
regular metta.
No, not only in human world. In human world, for 7 years, he practiced metta jhana. When he was reborn in Brahma world, for 7 Mahakapas, he continued metta jhana. 7 Mahakapas. Huh?
What is the benefit to someone who does not attain jhana to practice metta?
Maybe this is also partially beneficial to be reborn in human world or etc.
Not to be reborn in Brahma loka.
Brahma world is if he attain jhana at that time possible. If he do not attain jhana, depending on his purification or virtue, he may reborn in human world or Deva world only. For example, our Bodhisattva, he had accumulated many metta paramis in round rebirth for many times, for many lives. But his metta jhana can produce to be reborn in Brahma world. Excess concentration before metta jhana can produce to be reborn as a human being. In his last life, in Siddhartha, last life, 5 aggregates internal conception stage in his mother's womb. His 5 aggregates are produced by metta excess concentration. That concentration is called wholesome dhamma. That wholesome dhamma can produce these 5 aggregates in his mother's womb. Because of this reason, when he was born as a human being, he had a lot of metta to everybody.
So in time of danger, such as if I see a cobra, a snake, or a tiger, how do I protect myself from saying metta?
Maybe Buddha also permit there's one sutta, Khanda Sutta, because who are staying in forest, if they do not send metta to these 4 types of snakes or cobras, because of this reason he was fighting by these snakes, etc. So to protect, Buddha teach one sutta, Khanda Sutta. This is also one type of sending metta only. If they send metta in this way again, they cannot harm to human beings. They cannot harm to the bhikkhus.
Do I need the jhana to do that?
Maybe they can attain jhana if they practice systematically. This is also one way of sending metta. Virupakahime metta, metta irapatahime, etc. They are sending metta. This is also one type of metta. So especially animals, Sabe Vinipadika, all animals send, please trying to see these animals, and then you should also send metta. You can attain up to Tajana stage. but this jhana is weak. Weak means if you spread this jhana up to infinite universe, such type of metta jhana is very strong and powerful.
In this sutta, the Buddha has said, if the snake bite you, deadly snake, and you practice to the 4 types of snakes, then you will not die from the poison.
Maybe dying, but jhana is impossible to attain jhana also. If they had to be practiced systematically meditation, if they recite this sutta, by reciting this sutta also, or by sending metta by according to this sutta also, they can attain jhana.
But can they prevent the snakes from biting without jhana?
For some meditators may be possible, but for some meditators it is not easy.
Sorry. When practicing metta, to enter the first jhana or the second jhana, does one have to reflect on the different qualities of the factors?
For beginners it is better.
And once inside the jhana, one keeps saying the metta phrases. Like, let's say I'm saying, may you be free from suffering, may you be free from suffering. Then I would stop and reflect on the factors. Let's say vitaka, vichara, they're not that gross and close to hindrances, and then enter the second jhana and still do the phrases, sending the wish.
Yes, for beginners it is better. It is not necessary. In second jhana you should not recite, just intention. In every jhana you should not recite. First jhana only if you want to recite, then you can recite. In second jhana it is not necessary. But reflecting is, for beginners it is necessary.
But the wish will...
Wish, it must be skipped. No question?
One curious question. Under what situation the meditator will see their past life? Will that experience help them to develop a better life for the current one?
Please ask again.
Under what situation
Huh?
meditator?
Huh?
Under what situation a meditator will see their past life, and with that experience, will that help them to develop a better life for the current one?
Especially when you are practicing vipassana, number 1 stage is defining ultimate materiality and mentality, internally and externally both. After that only you can go on to discern mentality, materiality in the past life. And then that only you can try second stage. But if you can thoroughly discern dependent origination, you can, after that you cannot be reborn in 4 hopeful states, 4 abhayas. You can be reborn in human world or Deva world. But if you attain jhana, according to jhana standard, you may be reborn in Brahma world also. But last week you asked me about clothes. I do not understand this. Clothes? Question? Clothes? Maybe I want to explain now. They explain me because I never experienced, I never heard about this problem. So I do not understand. According to Buddha's teaching, what? Huh? True. True. We were the way about call it Jim. Jim. Eh? T? DNA. Clone. Who? We were don't do it. We were don't do it music. Jim. Maybe for example we are reborn in mother's womb. Depending on parents' gene. Parents' gene cannot produce child according to Buddha's teaching. This is supporting cause only, not producing cause. Depending on parents' gene, previous karma can produce by aggregates. Without parents' gene, previous karma cannot produce by aggregates in mother's womb. So, previous karma is producing cause. Parents' gene is supporting cause only. In the same way, this clone. There are 4 types of patisandhi conception. Number 1 is some beings they must take patisandhi conception in mother's womb. This is one type. Some beings they must take patisandhi conception in Auk. This is another type. Some beings are reborn spontaneously. No mother, no father. Spontaneously they reborn as 16 years old. This is Upapadika. Another type is Jalabhuja. Jalabhuja is like DNA clone. For example, one flesh, maybe from animal or human being, etc., maybe flesh. This is only supporting cause, only not producing cause. In the same way, that flesh, depending on that's called in Pali. It is called sansidaja. Sansidaja. Sansidaja means very dirty one. Dirty thing. Dirty thing, very dirty. That depending on that dirty, there may be some being who are ready to be reborn depending on this. So his karma is ready to produce 5 aggregates depending on this flesh. So at that day, because of his karma, produce 5 aggregates depending on this flesh. If there is no being ready to produce 5 aggregates depending on this flesh, then this flesh will be useless. It will become rotten. But if they are, so because of this reason, this is a supporting cause only, not producing cause. 5 aggregates occur as an animal or human being, for example. These 5 aggregates are produced his previous karma only. Like in our mother's womb. Mother's gene is only supporting cause only, not producing cause. According to Buddha's teaching, previous karma is producing cause. In the same way only.
Some people have almost died, and they're brought back to life, and they report seeing. When some people, when they have an accident or something, and they're going to die, but they're brought back to life by doctors or something.
What?
They almost die, and then with artificial means, they get not resuscitated, but they come back to life maybe 1 hour after or something.
But those people, sometimes they say that they saw a strong, powerful light, and I wonder, is this the light of wisdom, or is this what?
I do not know, maybe. If they really die, they cannot be recover again. They are not really die. So because of this reason, they recover again only.
But even they don't die, still many people, they say they see a very strong, powerful light.
Maybe this is their I don't know exactly, but this is their experience maybe only. Some people may see, some people may not see. No question? No question? Okay. If there is no question, then let us.
I have another question. So, when doing the metta jhana, the nimitta would be the image of the person, or it would be the wish, or is it both of them?
You can read Visuddhimagga Metta meditation chapter. In this case, in Metta, nimitta means not real nimitta like Anapana or Kasina, etc. Similar to that nimitta, it is called nimitta. What is similar? If you can break down the barrier, four types of persons, they become equal. At that time only it is called nimitta. When you are practicing metta, then you can, when you are sending metta, four groups of persons. In each group, you can attain jhana, and you can break down barrier. You can send metta equally without difference. At that time, you can break down barrier. If you can break down barrier, this is called nimitta only. At that time, you can attain nimitta. What is nimitta? This is the cause for higher jhana only. In this case, nimitta means the cause for higher jhana. Higher jhana means if you send metta, all beings, taking all beings as object. If you attain jhana, that jhana is very powerful jhana. For attaining of this powerful jhana, this break down the barrier. Breaking down the barrier is foundation cause, nimitta. So it is also called nimitta only. Not real like Anapana nimitta or Kasina nimitta.
When I have read suttas, when the Buddha explains the dirty like this, he was always talking like worms growing here. That you see the flesh. And
maybe sometimes there are also animals, but not easy. Like Chinja Mana, I think so, in Buddha, one lady. So he is sunset, she is sunset, etc. in this way. For human beings also occasionally very rare. For some animals are many, it is true. Like insects, especially. Many dirty things, they are depending on dirty things. They reborn. Okay. Let us stop sharing merit. Idame Bonya Asawakaya Waha Hodu Idame Bonya Nibbanasa Pachayo Hodu Idame Bonya Sabba Sadhana Bhajima Desabe Mesama Punya Bhaga Labandu Sadhu Sadhu Sadhu